You ever had a surprise party? Either there was a surprise party given for you or you gave a surprise party given for somebody else. I'd encourage you to spend a little time talking about that at the beginning of your session this week. And then talk about this verse. Paul said, I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation. And the idea that we want to unpack at first is simply the idea that a secret is kind of hard to keep. You might talk about whether or not that surprise party, that secret surprise party was successful, that whether or not you were able to keep that secret. A secret is kind of hard to keep. I don't know if you've ever heard anybody say, well, did you hear about so-and-so? I'm not supposed to tell anybody, but I'm just going to tell you. And they tell you, and you tell maybe one person, and that person tells maybe one person, and a secret is kind of hard to keep. And Paul says he's learned the secret of being content, and he doesn't actually tell us what the secret is. But the secret is hard to keep, and he gives us some hints. And so I want to look at this passage and see if we can discover what is the secret that Paul had learned about being content. This is one of several simple ideas that have ginormous impact. Simple ideas that have ginormous impact. And I would encourage you to spend a little time review. And you see that a couple of weeks ago we talked about don't worry. Philippians 4, 6, and 7 from the Living says, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God your needs and don't forget to thank Him for His answers. If you do this, you will experience God's peace, which is far more wonderful than the human mind can understand. And for Matthew 6, we looked at the idea. You might ask your question. Ask your people, what did we learn? A little review goes a long way to driving those truths deep into people's heart and minds. And so we want to ask, you might want to turn back to the passage itself and ask, what did we learn about conquering worry in our life? And the first thing we learned about conquering worry based on the principle of replacement is replace worry with thoughts of God's deep love for you. Remember how profoundly God cares about you. He's got your picture on His refrigerator. Replace worry, secondly, with thoughts of God's advancing kingdom. The idea that the gates of hell will not prevail against us. And the kingdom of God is going to start like a little bitty seed that grows to be a big plant and a little bitty bit of yeast that works its way through the whole batch of dough and conquer worry by thinking about the advancing kingdom. And thirdly, we conquer worry by replacing worry